What's up, everybody? Welcome to the James Taylor Jr. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the James Taylor Jr. podcast. I'm your host, James Taylor Jr. I got my boy Rodney in the building. I got my boy Reg in the building, and we're going to have a tough conversation today. Modern men versus what they call in the older heads a man's man. Modern men versus a man's man, and we want to have the conversation. Strengths and weaknesses. Uh, 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 Being a modern man, is it really viable today? And you know, because they get proposed to now. There's a lot of different things that they do too. Yeah, they get bended knee. You know what I'm saying? Like they're a wounded warrior. But that's a whole nother stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the conversation on that. But I want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, man. We would love for you to be a part of what we're doing here and check out any of the things that these brothers got going on their platform. We as men, nonprofit that helps people out, personal trainer extraordinaire. And he got one bad client. I'm praying for him. He needs to show up more often. So, all right, so let's jump into it. First of all, what's the difference in your minds between a modern man and a man's man? Man's man is probably stopped with Gen Z. I still think they're man's men today. Older generation, like
we are generation. No.
You are not no millennial.
No. Millennials stop at like the 30s, like early 30s.
Yeah, I think it's. Hold on.
No. No, year olds.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, year old.
Yeah, I think it's a difference. So we clear, right? So nobody's tripping on this. I think we just might as well just go through this just a little bit. This is extraordinary dealing with old folk. How they do it. So the silent generation is 1925 through 1945. The silent generation. Yeah. The baby boomers are 1946 through 1964. That precedes Generation X. Then you get to Generation X, which is 1965 through 1980. I'm Gen X. What you? You Gen X, right? Then millennials, 1981 through 1996, right? And now I call them the whining generation, Generation Z. You know, always complaining about everybody. They get on my nerve. That's 1997 through 2012. Yeah, that's that generation.
Okay.
Yeah. Now is born Generation Alpha.
Wrong name.
Generation Alpha. 2013 through 25 is Generation Alpha. That's a cap. But but generation, watch this. This is how we know this whoever wrote this was probably Gen Z. They got Gen Z, right? As they are, look at the list of the Gen Z. Gen Z, for all those who are watching, I want you to be mad at me when I say this because I can care less. Gen Z is 1997 through 2012. And they got these listed as they are money-driven and ambitious, politically and socially aware, racially and ethnically diverse, engaged mostly in social activism and digital naivetes. The first one threw me off. They are driven. They are money driven. You know what? That is right. That don't mean you work hard. That just means you're money driven. Right? So this is yeah, ain't no morals in it. Ain't no morals in it. Ain't no morals in it. So, but check this out. Millennials are entrepreneurial. They crave to keep on learning new things, expect collaboration and understanding from others, engage in social activism, better educated, more familiar than the previous generation. No, I'm not saying you're stupid.
No,
they said
more educated. I guess that's the type of men they are.
Have more education.
So we're Generation X, right? Generation X, right? 1965, 1980. This is about to be very interesting. Independent, balanced in work life, talented in technology, resourceful, ambitious and eager to learn new skills, create and enjoy creative input and resources, value diversity, responsibility, challenging, and master of self. Was it self-deprecation? Master of self. Well, we pretty much, we pretty much the it generation. I mean, if you go by this, we probably got we got way more stuff going on. Right. But then you talking in terms of a man.
What was the last one? Self what?
Deprecation? Did I say that right?
Oh, self-depreciation.
Deprecation. Sorry.
Self-depreciation.
I wasn't looking at it right.
So we landed
I
that. You like that.
So that means we
Self-deprecation. Oh, I wasn't even thinking that way. My bad, y'all. My bad. Self-depreciation. Master of self-depreciation. Oh, like we make sure we know what's hurting us and all that kind of stuff.
That's not what I got. Master self appreciation means suicide. Depreciate.
Bro, you was
Think about it.
well, right now we making our generation look not that smart, but I'm just saying looking like a weirdo generation.
So if you take everything that they said as far as and then they said last thing they said was master.
The power of self-depreciation is turning weakness into strength. Yeah, we ain't no suckers. We ain't no suckers. We not that group. So if you look at the next generation of young men right now, they're not what we are. They don't see the world the same way. Do you think a modern man is a strong man? Let's start there. Let's dive right in.
So modern man is the last generation that we're talking about.
Modern man. Hey, Reg. Gen Z men. Are modern men strong men?
No, for a very blanket answer, no.
Okay. Reg, you scared to talk about it, Reg?
No.
Because you know you the kumbaya guy on the
I'm sitting here
team.
thinking about. I'm just sitting here thinking about modern men. They're not men that are really accustomed to adversity. Mainly because of the things that have been done in the past to make their lives today are a lot more cushiony than they were back when we were.
They wouldn't say that. When you look at TikTok, the majority of them jokers complain about how their parents were. We were the worst thing since sliced bread. Well, matter of fact, I don't think it's us. I think it's the generation after. Because are we Gen Z?
No,
We're X.
Also, Gen Z is the one that they're mad at.
Right. No. Yeah. Right.
Right. Okay, I got you.
Then it's
Yeah.
right?
So they mad at Gen Z. Yeah.
Millennials are
Oh
mad at
no.
Gen Z.
Yeah, they're mad at Gen Z.
We set a standard.
They say it can be mad at us.
Well, no. I think it's us.
The modern man you call it. We're talking about the millennials.
Yeah, modern men. We're Gen X.
Yeah.
So yeah, they and Gen Z is the younger people. Gen Z and millennials.
Right after.
Yeah, Gen X is right after millennials, and then Gen Z.
Oh, okay. So
Right.
Millennials and then Gen Z. Okay, so Gen Z.
So it's right now. Right now we're Gen X. We're Gen X. They're Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. And Gen Z and millennials complain about Gen X. Us, our age group, a lot. We're the bad guys.
I mean, if you can't reach the standard we set, complain all day. We'll get out my face.
I think it's interesting though. But if you think about what we're really diving into right now, you have a generation of young men who are modern men. Just define it. Like, define what the heck is a modern man.
So that's what my thing is. I'm kind of lost as far as that. Like honestly, I'll give a God. Are we trying not to get canceled?
I don't care about none of that stuff.
We tried.
So, like, I think when I hear the word modern, I think that's when modern is describing like a man or a woman. I see weakness. Like you're bending to what society is wanting you to be, not specifically like not creating your own lane or holding down what you have as far as your standards and your morals. So you're bending to what everybody else wants you to be and not being who you need to be. So when I hear the word somebody say, "Oh, I'm a modern man," well, cool, be that and just get away from me. Like I'm cool at saying, "What's up?"
Right.
Just let me be.
Because if you look at the definition of a modern man, that means they take a blend of tradition and new. That's a modern man. But when I look at most young men today, I don't see that. I see a lot of young men want new, don't really want a lot to do with the older men, you know, and they're way more fragile, I think. But I think that does play a part in just the way society has turned out. You know what I'm saying? Like our generation is considered really edgy, hardworking, on top of stuff, no crying, no whining, no none of that.
Right.
But if you look at the younger generation of men, they're more I would say they're more out of control in the sense of their treatment of women versus ours. But I would also say that there's still been a lot of abuse and tear down with us as men too as well. I think I would be remiss to say that we're not a part of the problem. Because the way my boys are compared to other people's boys, I can see the difference tremendously. Because you know, me and you, we coach our boys, we part of our boys. We don't do that soft stuff. We don't do none of the cookie cutter, whiny, cranny, and these kids will disrespect their parents.
Yeah.
They're telling their
That
parents
part
crazy.
right there.
And you already know me.
That part right
My kids, I will change your life, huh?
there. Yeah.
You will meet the father today. So there's none of that going on in my house. It's just a different environment. Yeah. No, but you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So and then it, like when another man says, "I want a woman to take me shopping," bro.
Modern man.
Yeah. Like modern men got okay. All right.
I mean, like, what you mean? Like, say it out loud?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to be treated.
So you
You
want a woman to
thinking
take
in
you
your
shopping?
head. You thinking in your head.
That's what
but
I'm
you
saying,
said
like-
So you want a woman to take you shopping?
Well, I mean,
You want a woman to spend a bag on you, right?
well, not what. So
Don't
technically, I haven't got
don't
the
get
definition of a
sensitive.
bag.
Don't get
I
sensitive.
haven't got the definition of a bag.
A bag. She spent
I'll
about
put it
3,
like
4,
this. Make-
5K.
Make me feel
5K.
appreciated. Make me feel appreciated.
5K. She take you shopping. She pick your shirt out for you. Make sure your hair cut the way she like it. Make sure you wearing your skinny jeans. She take care of you. There's nothing wrong with you. You gonna look good
I
though.
don't want to
You don't get the you don't get to
That's
control
what it
that. If
is.
she's spending a bag on you, she might buy what she want you to have. Because now we got alpha females. Think about what I'm saying now. You're not you're equals.
Right. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's not all right then. All
I'm not
right
doing
then.
My stomach
That
started to hurt.
and that's what I'm saying. So if you think about it,
No problem.
My stomach started to hurt.
Gonna be some problems.
would you honestly say that we have stronger younger men or weaker younger men? Hands down. Hands down. First of all, when you wearing sunglasses in the dark with a bedazzled shirt on and a fake gold chain, talking about this how you treat women, and you start talking like that, yeah, these women need to live like this and govern themselves like this.
I'm trying to say that.
That's what I'm
saying
saying.
that.
That's crazy to
You don't
me.
have enough-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a starter kit. You got to get veneers. You got to get tattoos to your neck. You know what I'm saying? You got to rock the border. You almost there, Reg. You know what I'm saying? You almost there. Your shirt not tight enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Right?
Yes, yeah, you're right. And then you got to talk, but you can't talk regular like we doing. You got you got to be like, listen, you got to treat the ladies. Don't let these hoes and You sound like a broke pimp. It's the worst. It's the worst.
But, nah,
And on top of that, when you talk like that, you are taught not to trust women, not to have respect for women. They're only good for sex. Like now, these young boys be like, you should have more than one wife. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Don't spend no money on these. So I'm trying to figure out how you gonna live. And it's just as bad with women too, but that's just we're talking about men specifically.
Right.
So so the new misogyny to me is a false equivalency of equality. A woman should take care of you like a woman, right? And you can do whatever you want to do. You can sleep with whoever you want to sleep with.
A woman should take care of you.
Like
man or a woman?
like nah, like you take care of a woman, she should take care. The woman should take care of you like she.
Oh,
would
like
be.
you're a woman.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, my stomach's still hurting.
That
I think it's one.
every
one
man
thing,
is not like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, it's one
But
thing
but
to
you have a
afford-
lot of men who are really big on take me out to eat. So if you're a modern man today, and here's the thing, there are certain things I do like about the modern man. Though. I do. They'll do a coffee date. We weren't doing that back in the day. We was doing full course meals.
Yeah, coffee.
They'll do a coffee date, and if a woman don't like it, they don't care. I watch my nephews and how they move. I be like, yeah, man, because as a gentleman, he look at me like, I don't know her like that. She gonna get this latte, and we gonna keep it moving. And he said,
I do respect it.
Okay.
Because like when it comes like this is me, I guess I'm gonna kind of jump on the women's side with this. Because when it comes to dating, I think there's 3 phases of dating.
Explain.
So the first phase, everything should be breakfast. Everything should be a breakfast date.
Really?
Yeah, the reason being because if I do a dinner date, honestly, let's be honest. If I do a dinner date with you, what's the next thing we're gonna do after we finish eating? Fucking.
Oh Lord, he done.
So
Oh, Lord.
before we even get there, let's do this. So if we do breakfast, I got the rest of the day. If I don't like you at breakfast, I can go on about the rest of my day. But now after that, after I do like you, and we're matching. Now we move to lunch. Let's start having lunch dates. And then after we do good there, now let's move to dinner.
You're a trainer, so you got meal plan dating.
You see it?
He got meal plan dating. Who does that?
But like
I'm trying to figure out the logic.
because it's like everybody
There
wants
is
to go
sex
dinner.
at night, but I don't think there's always sex at night for dinner. Let me be the first to say I think a coffee date ain't nothing wrong with it.
You don't spend your whole day waiting on this dinner date. Is she what's the right word to say? She not fitting for you. You don't mess up your whole day because you done spent this whole day.
She's not the one.
Yeah. So if I do a breakfast day, oh, I don't like you, Bill. I got the rest of my day.
You could recover.
I can recover. Or I can go to the lunch date I had with the other chick.
Hey yo, this dude is bugging.
Yeah. But the latte though, that's like you're talking about an hour.
That's
That's
shit,
equivalent
bro.
of like a kind of a semi-speed.
And I'm not spending more than
First
$15.
let's be honest. Like breakfast, how much time you need to eat breakfast?
I don't need much.
I did.
No. But what I'm saying is, I'm a budgeter. If I'm going out on a coffee date with somebody, right? And I'm just doing hypotheticals because I'm not single. So I don't. But the people who are single, I seen better relationships on a coffee date than people who do the dinner dates. Because the coffee date, there's no real pressure. You're just meeting in an empty space and you're having a regular conversation to get to know each other and see if you even want to be bothered. But when a woman, now breakfast costs more. If I take it a thumbs up, I'm spending about $75. That's almost dinner. I'm not doing that. See, because you mean you're gonna be like, hey, you only get an egg sandwich.
Hey, Wendy's, we can go through drive in the parking lot.
I'm not taking no woman to Wendy's, bro.
I'm not
Now
gonna
that's
eat it,
now
bro.
you wildin'. You is wildin'. He wild. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least do Starbucks. And here's the crazy.
Starbucks is a modern restaurant
It's for the modern man. Yeah.
Modern man.
Right.
See?
But are y'all saying? Let's have a deeper conversation. Nobody talks about this. When y'all see the videos where the girls is like, if he don't take me out to a certain place, I ain't gonna be with him. Do you think that's right or wrong? Why is it wrong? Why is it wrong for a woman to have a standard when she goes out to eat?
Her standard.
Financially standard, a financial standard.
Okay, what place are we talking about?
Roof Chris, we're talking about $75, $100.
If you ain't paying, shut up.
No.
Shut it up.
But think about it though. She's setting the tone for what she wants financially. What's wrong with that?
So here's what's wrong with that. Like you can't. I have a thing. Like if you're telling me that you want to go to this specific place, one, don't. If I ask you why, don't get mad. Two, like, are you able to cook these same meals that you want at home? Because at some point, I'm not going to want to keep going to these restaurants that you want to go to. So I need you to be able to cook this. I can afford to go here.
You said you want a woman to cook?
Yeah.
Bro,
You know, houses come
you
with
can't do that
houses
today.
come with kitchens.
That's not the modern way. You're talking man's. So
Yeah.
so here's the first point. A man's man is going to be very big on what a woman also offers in a relationship. A modern man, most times, from my humble experience, think more about what a woman will do for them as far as just physical. A man's man is going to want a woman who's going to cook. I think the dog era is every era, sleeping around and all that. I don't want to hear none of that. I think that's been throughout the generations. But a man's man will want a woman to cook, but he's going to also know he's a provider.
Right.
A modern man will want a woman to cook, but he might not be a provider at all. Like, had no bread, no nothing. Like, I give you a great example. Y'all, all three of us would feel uncomfortable sitting in a woman's passenger seat unless they was our wife. And we would have to be hurt to do that.
I don't take Uber, so I don't know. I don't take Uber.
No, I'm talking about passenger
No,
seat
I
as
know,
far
I'm
as.
saying. I'm not using Uber, so I don't know how I feel sitting in somebody else's passenger seat. Outside my wife.
All right, then, that's what I'm
I feel
saying.
weird sitting in my daughter's passenger seat.
All right, then, exactly. But these new dudes that have a dirty tank top in the passenger seat. Come on. That's modern, bro.
I tell my son, I don't care who you with, be it your mother, your mother, your sister. You got to get out the pump gas.
Pump the gas. That's right. Yeah.
Man, you know how many gas stations all of us has been in together. I've been with you, Ranch. And you had the dude turn the radio while he's sitting in the passenger seat, and the girl go in the gas station, get her some candy, buy him some candy, and then go pump the gas while he's sitting in the car bobbing his head. And then he'll look over at us and give us the head nod, like, yeah, you see how I'm living. And I'm looking at him like, you're a bum. And then they get mad. I've seen modern men cuss women, and our generation did this too, though. Cuss a woman all the way out if she don't give her a number.
So here's where the problem lies.
But is that our fault?
Is what our fault.
Us older men who made these younger men like that.
You know why?
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because you teach your son how to do things. I teach my son how to do things. Those modern men have men around them, regardless of whether they're fathers or not. They have men around them that are older than them. That show them that can show them these things. Like, you guys have the nonprofit going towards men and younger men all around, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a staple as far as showing men how to be men.
Yeah, no doubt. And we teaching men to be man's man.
Yeah.
We ain't doing that modern stuff.
So that's why I say it's our fault, because we dropped the ball as far as teaching these guys teaching these young men how to do this stuff. Like when I deal with my basketball team, I do talk basketball, but majority of the time, yo, how was your day, man? Oh, you did that? Why'd you do that? That's not what a man does. So
Ain't nobody doing all that. We do that, but a lot of men don't do that.
But so
there's no community leadership like what you are. And I think that's what we need to go back to.
I got something else about that. They don't really put everything on the men. They put everything on the women.
They put everything on the woman?
That puts everything on the women, because it takes a village to raise a child, right?
Right.
Now there's this saying that, there's no black men in the homes, correct?
Yeah, which is a big lie.
It's a huge lie. So,
huge lie.
But if it takes a village to raise a child and there's no men in the village to raise a child, who messed the child up?
The women did.
All right, then. So there you go.
That's a fact. You disagree?
So
if you disagree, say
that's
you
real
disagree.
simple to figure out.
No, I mean, who messed them up? I mean,
it
has to be some dual responsibility because we weren't there. You know what I'm saying? So you say
I would agree with
who
that.
messed them up, because
I would agree with
the
that.
absence of a father.
You disagree,
You're
Rodney?
creating a void. You know what I'm saying? So if it gets filled with something, you can't detach yourself from the responsibility of that.
Watch this.
Okay.
Watch
Go ahead.
Watch this. If there are only women in the village,
Mhm.
where did the saying come from? Don't touch my child. So women. So if I'm coming around to take care of your son, to teach your son, and you, not my bad, and you as a woman tell me don't do nothing to your child, is that my fault? I'm a man on the outside trying to help you.
No, that's not.
Then. So
right.
who does it go back to?
Okay. In that instance that you gave, yes, I agree. But
You know what? First of all,
But-
he don't mind being canceled. He don't care. He don't care. He just say whatever.
Yeah, I really don't.
My issue with this conversation is the absence of a father should be the highest responsibility of failure.
I do agree with that.
It is the highest responsibility of failure. What I don't like now is we have a lot of modern. I say the stuff nobody like to say, and because it bothers people. When you have podcasts of women telling men how they should operate, and then a bunch of gay men telling men how they should operate, I don't want to hear from neither one of y'all. Don't care what nobody say, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on that. You're not in my shoes. You're not dealing with the people that I'm dealing with, and you're gonna get a one-sided base. Like
Right.
my cousin, he'd be like, "Oh, y'all men need to do better." You a man, first of all. Second of all, at the end of the day, you hanging with them women, listening to what they're saying, but you're
Right.
not sitting with us as men and hearing what we're going through.
right.
So you only getting one side of the story. Don't do that. Don't do that. It goes back to the same theory. If a man cries, a woman be like, "What you doing?" But if a gay dude cry, we're gonna be kumbaya.
Mhm.
And I don't like stuff like that. I don't like when we put each other against each other. I don't care, and I want to be clear. Let me look at the camera and say, I don't care what gender you are, but if you ain't in our community, if you're not in our community, I don't want to hear that. And what I mean by community, we all black.
Right.
But if you only around women, because that's where you gravitate to, you can't speak to me unless you're around me.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My cousin was like, I got your point. Yeah, you can get my point all you want. You need to take your time, come over here and sit with us and listen to what we're going through.
Right.
And you need to be around when you see relationships. And it's not just gay people, it's straight people too. It's like having your aunties and the women in the family hear your wife's side or your girlfriend's side and jump all on you.
Mhm.
And then when you tell your side, "Oh, I ain't know that, baby." You ain't want to know. You went through my uncle's hurt who hurt you. So you riding with her. And here's the crazy thing. The modern man today is more aggressive about disrespecting women than he is about loving them. Because they've heard us older men say, "Man, stop listening to them women. Stop dealing with them women. Stop talking to them women. Stop that. Women is terrible, 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 terrible." And I've heard it. I've heard it from a lot of men. So when your son grows up and you already a whoremonger, you already disrespectful, you'll cuss a woman out, what do you think your son going to do? He's going to amplify what you do.
Right.
No, association breeds simulation.
Yeah.
So if I associate myself with you, I'm going to turn into that person. But it also puts onus on a woman. When you see, and I'm trying not to get into people's business, when you see certain famous people, wives run their lives, and then a wife is always criticizing people and tearing people down, and this man is like a hero because he plays a sport, or he's a hero because he's an actor, but the biggest voice in this house is the woman, that makes me nervous.
Is that Dwayne Wade?
Wow, you going there like that?
Shut
I was
the
talking
door.
in general.
It's
Like I
like
was
I didn't
talking in
call
general.
nobody
I ain't
name.
nobody name. You always got to use a name.
Gotta be-
Why you gotta stop, man?
I
That's how
call
you,
people to the floor.
first of all, you would never say the Dwayne Wade face. Never mind. You know what? You probably would. Never mind. No.
Why
That's why
wouldn't
God ain't make you meet him.
I?
He don't need.
Why
He don't need.
wouldn't I?
No.
Why wouldn't
Nah,
I?
I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about in general. When you see a lot of voices, like right now, the reason why you have a lot of angry young modern men is because they don't feel they have a voice with modern women. That's my second point. So we know that we consider the younger generation of modern men more weaker in the stance of knowing their character and having identity. And we're both agreeing that it could be the mom's fault or the dad's fault. That's why it is. So we could say that. Sometimes it falls primarily on the mom. Sometimes it falls primarily on the dad, but it still primarily falls on both parents.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
I think the number one problem overall is the miseducation of equality versus equity in the
Mm.
relationship.
Mm.
So
Equality and equity.
everybody's trying to
Yeah,
be
that good
equal
one. Right.
instead of understanding that we both own this
Mhm.
and we both have parts that we need to take care of and do
You talking about a relationship?
in relationships.
And you listen to this young generation, somebody got to have a bag. Or both of us got to be a bag. We got to be a power couple. If I make 35, my wife make 85, or I make 85, make 35, that's not a loving relationship to them. Somebody's got to make more money. The superiority complex is the reason why most relationships are failing. You talking equity, Most people are talking equality. I need to make the same. This is how dumb it sounds and dumb it is to do. I want a man who makes over $100,000 a year.
Do you know what it takes for that man to make $100,000 a year?
And then she over there eating a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
4 of them.
And
4 of them.
getting off work
Right.
from Chick-fil-A. Talking about, I ain't talking to you, you ain't balling enough. You got a whole Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A all day.
He said from Chick-fil-A. Right.
With a Chick-fil-A outfit on. Rejecting a man who got a regular job and he make maybe 60,000.
Right.
But you make 25. You can't say what you bring to the table.
They the prize, bro.
They are the
Man,
They're the prize.
They are
if
the
a
table.
woman or a man, I want to say a woman, if you sleep around, you are not a prize, you are a refurbished package.
Mm.
I don't care what nobody say. Just be mad with me. My problem is that we push this generation to have a thought process that's not realistic.
Mhm.
Reality is, in our communities, or just take the national average, is less than 55,000. In this whole country, it's less than 55,000.
Bring home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gonna turn around and tell me I need to make $100,000 for you to do what? For you to do what?
Spend all my money.
Misuse my money. Yeah.
I love on him. I rub his back. Boo. Come on, man. Come on, man. And the same vice versa for a man. I'm just saying both people need it. Equity would make marriages way more healthier, relationships way more healthier.
Mhm.
You make 45, I make 35. I make 45, you make 30. We put that money together, we balling.
Mhm.
We building, we growing. Modern men today will argue a woman down about what they need to get from them, but they not secure financially enough to do that. You can't tell a woman to make you a sandwich unless you got money to pay for it, because now it's an air sandwich. And we could do that right now. But all three of us could do that right now. Because they know. But if you tell a man, hey, I want to build with the woman that I love. I don't even think, y'all think young men can do that today? I think they can build with the women they love. I just don't think it's
everybody can. It's just that you got to.
That mindset is different, though. Yeah, that mindset is different for them to talk about building. You know what I'm saying?
I don't understand why that's lost. Like, you got to build together. Y'all don't think so?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Why you think they don't want to?
They don't know any better. Like it's just.
So then it goes back to the man's man not being a man's man.
I still stand on that.
Well, the man's man is still being the man's man, but I think today with all these different platforms out here, right? You got the Gen Z folks today. I mean, how much time of the day do they look at?
We don't look at that
content. You know what I'm saying?
I created, but I don't
Gen
watch.
X guys, we're not focused on all that stuff. We're not.
You don't watch your own thing?
I watch my content.
Okay, all right.
I don't watch the younger people.
Okay, all
content.
right.
Like if I go on TikTok and I see these younger people arguing, it's frivolous to me. When I see a young man on there talking about, give me $20 to drop this person, I know you broke. I know you broke.
Huh? I don't even understand that.
Yeah, So on TikTok,
I don't understand.
On TikTok, the young men on there, they'll have like dark sunglasses on. They had the children's lights on the ceiling. Some of them will be in their mama basement. It's crazy.
What is children lights?
The little lights, the little little color light. You know the little lights they got the stick on?
LEDs?
The LEDs.
Okay.
Yeah, the children's lights. I call them children's lights. They for kids. Adults get them too? You got them? Rodney, you got the LEDs?
I mean, around the TV.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one you're talking about?
I'm talking about the ones the kids be using with the blinkers and they change color. Wow,
It
Rodney.
goes around the TV.
Oh. I know
Why is he talking soft
I know what
about
you're
it?
talking about.
Man up on your lights, Rodney. Man up on your lights.
I like my lights.
Okay.
There's an ambiance on it, right?
Rodney got the children's lights.
I
Bruh.
like my lights, man. I
Y'all
gotta
don't
take 'em
notice
down
that
now.
though? Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
I'm gonna take them down, take a picture of it, send it to you.
That's terrible. Them lights just get on my nerve. But they'll be on TikTok, and the young man will be arguing about how terrible women are. And they go back. They got a one dude. I don't want to say it. I ain't saying it. They got one dude. He always wearing
Text it to me, I'll say it.
sunglasses. Yeah. What? His name is Black Guru. And then they got another one called Moses the Prophet. And those two dudes, I don't hate them. I just think they're hilarious. I don't think they're realistic people.
Mhm.
Like, you know how some people look at them and get mad? I look at them, they're not realistic.
Mhm.
There's no elevation in what they do.
Mm.
I know they both make less than 100,000. I know they don't make no money. I know they're struggling because they baby mamas get online and dog them all the time and show. Like, it's terrible. But what I'm saying is the modern way is more about exposure, arguments, going back and forth. And I don't see a lot of men just pouring into men saying, yo, this is how you be a better father.
Right.
This is how you be a better husband.
Right.
This is how you do this. This is how you do that. Most of the younger guys, now, and I can't say most. I won't say most because I don't know every man. But a lot of younger men are just different, bro. They just different. They don't, you know, they're not as driven as we are.
Okay.
They want to make a lot of money, but they don't really want to work like that. They'll quit a job quick with no plan
Yeah.
and expect you as the parent
Yeah,
to pay
yeah.
for it.
Yeah, they don't do some jobs.
And then be online talking about my mom was never good to me. No, I'm talking about men. I ain't talking about women. That's scary to me. Think about it. When we came from broken homes, the whole goal was to become stable. No matter what happened with your parents, you're supposed to still man up and get it done. That's not the same thing with this generation. They spend more time complaining about their parents. Like I heard a young man say, "Don't tell me when to heal. Sometimes it takes time." I said, "It's been 10 years." I said, "It's been 10 years." I said, when, I mean, how much more time do you need? No one could put a price on my healing. And I was looking at him like, all right.
What?
No, not price. Don't put a time frame on my healing. My healing takes time. I said, my God, 10 years?
That means you pushing it off.
Yeah, you
Pushing
ain't
it
trying to
off.
deal with it.
You ain't
Yeah,
trying to
you
deal
ain't
with
trying to deal with it.
What should I think about that though? Like, number one, I would say they're weaker in the sense of just fortitude. Fortitude is really soft.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I don't think they really set goals. Except
they
to be
don't.
fly with rhinestones on their jacket. And like more people are more inundated to do social media than actually work a job.
Yeah, that
That's
part.
crazy.
That's a whole.
You don't notice that?
So I went.
Most young men will be on social media and build a business.
Yeah, I went. Only reason I wouldn't say that's crazy is because, that's the standard for that generation. I'm not trying to call it like everybody. Every generation,
Really?
yeah, every generation has a crazy. Everybody has a crazy. It's just that the people before or the person that's not in that crazy calls that crazy when everybody has a crazy. Everybody talks to an invisible person, right? And you don't believe me? I knock it off.
I know.
But
I know. I talk to them. I talk to myself all the time.
But see, the thing
Yeah,
is,
mostly I talk to a lot.
like, because we're not in that, because we're not that person, we're going to say that that's crazy. And the reason I say that I'm not going to call their what they want crazy is because
Would you say not beneficial?
to
Bro, if
who,
you
though?
spend all your time on social media and you're not working your business or your job,
That's their go-to now. That's
You said that is their business?
That's their business now.
Oh.
Social media is their business now. Think about it, because like
you know the average salary of social media.
look, hey, I'm good, so I don't care.
See, that's what I'm saying. So when you say that don't make.
But listen to this, because like if we were to tell them what the generation before us told us to do, they'd be like, "Oh, that's crazy." But it worked for us. What works for them is what works for them.
But is it working for them though? That's the question.
No,
Everything didn't work for us. Everybody that went to college got a job.
we ain't talking about that, bro.
But because
Ronnie,
that's
we
what
talking
we
about work
did.
ethic, bro.
That's what we did.
Nah, these young men don't like to work like that, bro.
Mm.
Come on, let's keep it a stack. Man.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying you got to look at it from their side.
What is there to look at? Work is work, bro. We coddling this generation. They spend more time whining and complaining about what their parents did.
Work is work, but how do you
hold on.
dictate their work?
I don't dictate your work. I dictate the fact that you want. This is what my problem is. You don't want to work and you want to be a lazy bum. Fine.
Get away from me. Yes, I agree
but
with you.
shut up.
Yeah.
Don't
My
get on
house-
social
my
media
house is my
crying.
house.
No, yeah, but you crying and whining about my mama didn't take care. And you 36 or you 22, you
Turn the
23.
channel.
I'm not saying don't turn the channel. I'm not saying I'm not going to turn the channel. What I'm saying is that's not healthy. It's not healthy to see so many young men want to be the prize, want to be proposed to, then don't want to work.
Mhm.
And then spend their time blaming their parents. You're living in a dark hole. That's what they call that when you're stagnant.
I agree with you.
Mhm.
That's craziness. That if this modern men stuff is all about flashing the pants and arguing. Nobody will say what I'm saying. The majority of the men who do these TikToks that talk bad about women, They're the most insecure men you will ever meet in your life. And we all know that right now.
No, I would say that.
Mhm.
Yeah, most insecure men.
Yeah.
You sitting in the dark with a bedazzled jacket on with sunglasses, with veneers. First of all, I'm trying to figure out how you ain't got a regular job, but you can afford veneers. And everybody know they're veneers. You get the big teeth. Then you on there doing that.
They sell them for like 5,000 in Dominican Republic.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
DR, huh? Shout out.
But
to
am I
DR.
making sense though?
Yeah, I mean that's what. But I don't think it like. I don't like saying crazy. I
I'm
say
not
it's
saying
stupid.
crazy.
I say it's stupid. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say it's
Ignorant
crazy,
is
but
my
yeah,
word.
like people like that, like get away from me. Like get away from me. Don't come in within my circle because I don't want to deal with your bullshit. So it's just stuff like that. Now I agree with you. It's just the wording of like I ain't calling my stuff crazy because everybody's crazy. Now everybody's
not
not
crazy.
Everybody's not stupid.
No, don't do that. I'm not crazy. I'm normal. I don't like. I don't want no label that I ain't. I'm not crazy.
No, I'm not crazy.
No, I'm not taking that label.
I'm sure.
I
I'm
might
not
have done
crazy.
some dumb stuff. But what I consider to be ignorant is for you to make content where you're downing women all day long while being broke and not building something.
I agree.
You
With
know what I would like
Mhm.
to say to every young man who makes a podcast talking terrible about a woman? Yo, what do you do for a living? Because most of them be lying. I know I make 7 figures. And some of them live in Atlanta. They be at the gas station, one of them the car got duct tape on it. When I saw him, I was like, what up, bro? You know me, I'm petty when it comes to that because you was dissing me online. I want to take a video footage of a couple. God stop me from that because that's not the righteous thing to do as a child of God. But I wanted to take a video and be like, look at this bum. Look at this. Look at it line. He had the duct tape and he walked, what up? And he fixed the tape.
That's his work car.
Fixed the tape. No, that's his regular everyday.
That's his work car,
Yeah,
yeah.
man, go ahead with all
That's
that,
his
man.
work car.
But that's the image that people portray.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
Reality.
Kevin Samuels was sitting in an apartment making those videos.
But if you look at it, everybody rents the same apartment to do a video.
No, but he lived there. The video he was in, that was his home.
Okay.
And everybody was going crazy like he was balling. I don't understand. He had a little ticket thing sitting there.
That-
And then I looked and I told my man, I was like, man, that's such apartment complex in Atlanta. He's like, yeah, where that joint is. I'm not saying it to knock him. God rest his dead. I'm talking about the simple fact that we paint images that are not reality.
Facts.
We paint images that are not reality.
Yep.
I don't need to lie to you. Like right now, I started a brand new company. In my mind, I'm unemployed. I don't care about none of that.
I'm unemployed too.
Man, please, man.
No, I am unemployed. Like my children got jobs, not me.
But you got clients.
Thank you.
Technically, you're self-employed.
I got clients. Like I sit down, I talk and hang out with people all day. I don't work.
You train all day.
No, I sit down and talk to people all day.
You're right. I
You
see what
I'm
he's saying.
Yeah, I
see
sit down and
what
talk
he's
to
saying.
people all day. You
see
do the
what he's
work. I don't do
saying.
shit.
I see what he's saying.
Yo, as my trainer, that sounds real disrespectful.
He like it. I'm coming to you.
Yeah, think about it.
Is that a
I'm not. But here's the thing. Like I tell
you
everybody,
advertising for yourself right now? You advertising for yourself right
because you're not going to get me. It's me that's going to make you come in the gym every day and do what you're doing to get the results that you get.
Wow, that's a lot of.
You're going to do the work though.
now? That's what they pay you for, right?
I'm supposed to stay focused on what we talk about, but I'm feeling some kind of way because he's my trainer.
He's like,
Can I pay this
I'll be
man?
there next week. I'll be there next week. Be there next
But
week.
you understand what I'm saying? That a lot of the young people today want a lot of young men. I want to be specific about young men. A lot of young men want healthy relationships, but they don't want to put the work in for it.
They don't know what healthy is.
Yeah, they don't look. Yeah, they don't see it. They don't see it. You know what I'm saying? They're not willing to, or they may see it because they may see it from us Gen X guys, but they're not willing to put that work in, like you said, to get to where we are.
What do you think needs to change?
Bruh, that's a huge
That's
lift,
I
man.
don't know.
Because you talking
think it
about
needs to be pushed
society
publicly.
norms.
Pushed.
Publicly, I think we need to start telling young men what it's like to really be a man, and let the chips fall where they may. Me and you work this nonprofit.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring Rodney in. We got people coming more. I don't like the way they're going right now. I think somebody needs to say you need a job, or you need to build a business that's gonna help to take care of your family. Instead of being on TikTok for 9-8 hours where you get like 2 cents per 1,000 views, man, get a job.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I think
that's crazy.
I think
Or
that
the Cash App.
that needs to be. That's what it need to be. Like, fuck your feelings. Like this is what it is. Like we got to stop being like coming with the white gloves with the kid gloves and all that.
Mhm.
This is what it is. This is how you need to be. This is how you need to act. We need to have that straightforward conversation, attitude. If you cry, you cry, but this is what it is. And it's too many of us being like, you know what, man, I'll come back to it.
But I'm saying if they're not in our home, I think we just need to put the content out there and let them grow.
Well, yeah, yes.
Mm.
But it
What
also,
you gonna say? Forget their feelings.
forget your feelings. Man. Listen to it. Listen to what I'm saying. Like outside of you crying, listen to the message.
I don't know if that's gonna work. Today,
See, but
though.
yeah, because the problem is I can turn you off and I can go over here where they're gonna talk about the stuff that's gonna make me not feel like I have to grow that much. We don't like change. People, period. We don't like change. We don't like to have to grow. We don't like to have to get in those areas of being uncomfortable. When I'm in a place where I have to be uncomfortable, that's where the moment comes. That's where the rubber meets the road, and that's where I'm gonna go in one direction or the other. Either I'm gonna shrink back to where I was because I'm comfortable, or else I'm gonna push through this uncomfortableness and get to the place where I know I need to be. Most people aren't willing to get through the uncomfortable because it doesn't feel good.
I just don't like the conversation where it's like you're not holding a young man accountable to be better. But I want to hold you accountable, and I want to still honor your feelings, and that's tricky. It's tricky because emotions tell you where you are, but they don't tell you where you're going. But I don't think you should stop feeling. I think you need to get in your feelings. I don't think you need to get out of it. But I think we need to stop telling people to get out their feelings. We need to start telling people to get in them. Take pride in working. That's a feeling. Have excitement about learning. That's a feeling. Like, be excited. We tell people to not feel while they're working, and it's inhumane. You're never going to do that. You're always going to feel a certain way about working. What you need to tell people is, at the end of the day, you may be feeling a certain way, and that's okay, but still get your work done. Like, you know, a father would say to his son playing football, stop crying, suck it up, be a man. That's not being a man. My family would tell me, hey, you crying? That's cool. I'm sorry you feel that way. And express yourself. But you still can get 100 yards.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's the message I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like, yes.
But I think the wording is
So that's
important.
the F your feelings.
Yes. Okay, cool.
He's such an old school dude. I gave a great analogy. He was like, okay, cool.
It's like,
Pimp.
We're sitting down having a conversation. You get emotional. Okay, cool. Get emotional, cry, let it out. Now, did you understand what I was saying? Cool. All right, then.
That's
so
grown folk.
Now go out and do it.
That is grown folks.
Go
That's
out and do
grown
it.
folk.
So, and that's the
That is
thing.
grown folk.
Like, you use, I'm not going to use football. Football's stupid. Basketball. I was telling my son the other day, my son had to shoot 200 jump shots from this one spot. What I need you to do is leave your foot right here and then move this foot. Just move this foot. You got to make 200 shots. I don't care how many you take. You got to make 200. He started crying. Cuz I don't need that crying. I need you to make 200. Once you finish crying, finish making the shots. That's going to make you better in life. It's going to make you better at what you want. I'm teaching you the basics of what you want.
Okay, you tapped into something right there when you said what you want. Now, if his goal is, okay, I want to play at the college level or at the next level, then this is what it's going to take.
That's not his goal. His goal is to get better
Okay.
at something.
Okay.
Whether you're getting better at sports, you're getting better at life, getting better at a man,
He
getting better
teaching
at
him
a
how to
woman.
be a man.
Okay.
He teaching him how to be a
it's
man.
the
He not
basics.
talking about just
Get
sports.
better.
I get that.
I get you.
Get
I
better.
definitely get
You're
that.
going to cry. You're going to cry. You're going to cry. It's going to hurt, all that. Are you going to move past that cry and that hurt to get better for yourself? That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And no one put
I
no
agree with
one
that.
and of course your wife didn't chime in and be like, "Oh, leave that boy alone."
Nope. You know what she did?
What you say?
Okay. Walked off.
See, that's the hard
Okay.
part. That's the
I
hard
think-
part for a lot of moms.
I believe a lot of kids want. I think young men today want freedom without responsibility.
though.
That's the problem that we have. A lot of men today want people to love them, respect them, honor them, and do all this stuff for them, but they don't want to be leaders in their own personal lives. What is there to honor and respect if you ain't got no character and you broke? If we're just doing, I'm not saying a godly society or loving society or morality or all that. I'm just talking about just being a person of respect. If you're broke, you don't want to work. Because see, this is my issue. You're not lazy because you laid in the bed to me. You're lazy because you chose to lay in the bed. And there's a difference. When we tell people, just get up, do your work, what we need to say is, why do you think the way you think? Why are you like that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What would make a man get online, put on sunglasses, put on children's lights?
He let that go.
I'm,
I leave the lights
it
alone.
drives me crazy.
Until I take my lights down, leave the lights on.
I'm
Okay, all
I'm
right.
tempted to go and look and see
And
what he's
then
talking
and then
about,
on
but-
top of that, there's another dude, right? He not even relevant. He definitely, I'm not gonna say his name. He's just not relevant enough for me. What I mean by relevant, his life is so broken. Putting him out there, that's his identity, is people saying something about him. We have too many men like him who want people to know their name, thinking it's gonna get them money, and that at the end of the day, they don't have any character.
Mm.
There's no substance. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got preachers not really preaching sermons. They trying to entertain.
Mhm.
That's why you got young men who want to be known. Like I really want to say this and not be disrespectful. I think dudes be leaking their photos on their penis.
I have like no comment within that area, so I don't know.
No, I mean, like, no,
Uh,
this is about to get real for me. And y'all might be frustrated when I say this. Why is it every year somebody want to show that they a stallion? Pause. Like, what does that even mean? That's just dumb to me. But then if we talk about somebody saying, be a better husband, be a better father, be a better friend, you simp, you beta male,
Right,
you
right.
sucker. But if you get butt naked and how many women you sleep with, we'll brag about that all day long. If you get a naked photo leaked of you and your Johnsons and Johnson, everybody going crazy. But then if somebody talks about you being a substantive father, pouring into the next generation
I
of
don't
men,
want to hear that.
you don't want to hear that.
Right.
And then when men talk and you tell a man, respect your lady, man, have some integrity, talk nice to your wife, build a relationship with your kids. You know what the first thing they tell you? Man, you better get out of here with all
Right,
that.
right,
You
right.
can't trust these hoes. First of all, why are you always dealing with a hoe?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like make it make sense. Why is
Make
your
better
life?
business decisions.
Yeah, why you always around
Make better
people
business decisions, dude.
that always make your life miserable? And what I don't like is they try to make their life our problem forever.
Mm.
Once you get 21, 22 for me, we got to change what we doing.
If it's not working,
If it's not working.
yeah.
Gotta
Would
own
y'all
it.
agree with
Yeah.
that?
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
agree with
own
that. I
it.
agree with that
You gotta
100%.
own it.
That this generation is stuck on that content over everything.
Yeah, that's a huge
Man,
problem.
that's
a
like-
huge problem, man. I can't.
and that's gonna
can't
get back
stress it
to
enough.
like something we said earlier, like the morals things.
Mhm.
Like when you look at content over everything, it basically means that like I'm letting all my morals go. And I think that's one big thing we have to get back to in our community is getting our morals back. Like, what do we stand for? What does the man in our community stand for?
Right. Value system. Yeah.
Yeah.
What your
What do
value
you
system?
value?
Yeah, we're getting our value system today from content. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? From online.
Yeah, from
it's
people
not
who
being
don't have
defi-
none.
Right.
Yeah.
It's being
So-
defined. It's not
I
being
can't-
defined in the
I
home
can't-
anymore.
Why can't I be a good father, bro? Why can't I be a quality husband? Why can't we talk about that? Why can't we talk about entrepreneurship and growing as Black men or just men in general and just loving our families?
Well, this goes back to something I said last episode. Like, when do we expand the conversation, advance the conversation?
We never advance it.
Mm.
All we talk about is the negative all day. That's why before we get off of this, that's what we don't talk about.
Like, people got mad at me because I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl
Yeah,
halftime.
people got mad. No, period. I didn't watch it. Period. People got mad at me, and I said I'm educated. That's why I didn't watch it. Like,
you gotta
mad
stop
at
hating.
you?
Yeah, you gotta stop.
you was
hating,
there.
bro. Yeah, you was doing too much. You was doing too much. Ain't nothing wrong with watching football.
It's a lot wrong with
The devil is like, don't
he
do
was
that.
he was doing that.
Hey man,
He was there.
He was
he was dissing the whole Super Bowl,
He dissed the
but he
whole-
was being one. You know, he being messy. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? He was just picking with people being messy.
But hold on, wait. The reason I did that is to see what their conversation was about. Like,
It was all
that's-
about football.
it's only about football.
If you try to start a conversation in the gym about being a good father,
Oh man, I
I'm
got
gonna
now.
go-
I got
yeah,
now.
yeah.
They got to work out.
Right.
Now they want to work out. When I say, "Hey man, how's you and your wife relationship?" Oh man, I got to do these reps.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's challenge the process. You about to break the table. Lord have mercy. Pick one thing you want to see different in men today.
Ooh. What I want to see different in men. I want to see. I think I want to see men be more. I think be more focused. say men be more focused on what they're trying to accomplish. You know, I think so much distraction today. We're distracted by a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're distracted by content. We're distracted by sports. We're just distracted. You know what I'm saying? Men be more focused in their purpose and, you know, and what they're called to do.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that.
I would say be aggressive with your intent. Like, be aggressive with your intent to be better. Like, if you just want to be around, then I can't be around you. I need you to be aggressive with your intent to be better, because we have to be better to make the community better. Majority of the stuff I talk about is like being better for the community. Like, forget every other community. Like, I'm only worried about my community. So I need you to be aggressive with your intent to be better.
You talking about the black?
Yeah. So
I think for me, the biggest thing is, and I think we should go around one more time, pick another one. I just think one ain't enough. The first thing I would say is have a better family. I think everything should be built around it. Your career, your money. Most people say get a career and then build your family around your career. I think it's dangerous because you could lose a job. I say build a healthy family. Have morals, have standards for your kids and for your wife and for yourself, and build everything around that. The black family is probably the one family that does not know how to work together. And I wouldn't even say don't know how to work together. They choose not to work together. And the reason why we don't choose to work together, because we have built in our system that we will always be crabs in a barrel. And people have said we can't work together. We can't work together. We can. We don't. We just need to choose to. So.
Yeah. Go
I got something to say about it. So, you know, I work for myself. My company is literally structured like this. My children own it. My wife is the president. I'm the employee. That's
different.
Literally how mine is set up.
That's different. That is really different.
Literally.
Wow, the kids own it. Yeah.
So, and funny thing is, I got that from a white guy.
Yeah.
I got that from a white guy. He said, like, you create your own company, because it has to go to them. Like, and everything that my family does, it is to benefit the company. My daughter's in school right now to further my company.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So my wife, like, the things that she does is to accentuate the company. I'm a personal trainer. She's a massage therapist.
Okay.
It works together. She's also a nutritionist. It works together.
Right.
My son, he's young. He don't know what he wanted to do, but he wants to play basketball. So he benefits from the company.
Nutrition and training.
Training, all that stuff.
I just think that's important.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Give another one, Reggie.
Yeah. So focus. I think we need to bring. It's gonna sound, you know, spiritual or whatever. But bring God back in the mix of just our society. Period. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of things with our morals, with our, you know, decision making, our values, just a lot of things, how we look at things is.
You're talking about in the context of God being first and then biblical principles.
Yeah, godly principles. I mean, it's just even the simple stuff, the simplest thing. Treat people as you want to be treated, right? The golden rule, you know what I'm saying? It's golden because it lasts the test of time. But that's something so simple, that's so simple. We just can't seem to fathom that today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would say, I'm always stick to the family. I would say another one for me is financial literacy. I think people need to know how to budget their personal money, man. I want to say this, and we can end here in the next like 8 minutes on this, but I'm gonna say this. I was watching the UK, right? I was looking at the royal family, right? No disrespect to them. Like, I don't want nobody to think I don't like UK people or anything like that, or the royal family. But I was like, they prop up a predominantly white family. And nobody's going to ever have the role of that white family in that position. They have the parliament, they'll have the different things that they want, but that's their hero. That's the person that they look up to. And most of us will talk about racism, but we have a caste system. Like, you know, the Holocaust, right? You know, the Holocaust, got their mode of operation on how to suppress Jews from the people who were suppressing us in the United States. They follow the same theory. We want to be in power, so we got to make an image of this person being less than while this person is being higher. I find it ironic that you can't find anybody black except for this one young lady that married Harry. And I forgot her name, escapes me.
Meghan.
Meghan, right?
Meghan, yeah.
And everything is about her being so negative. All because she's a black woman. But if we just look at the royal family, everybody has flaws. Every family has their problems.
That whole family has flaws.
Right.
Deep.
Right? But your lineage is built in racism and colonization. And you tripping about Meghan? Your family tree are nothing but oppressors. You understand what I'm saying? And so when a black man comes in and he says to you, you know, I want to own a business, we're gonna hinder that. We say we're gonna buy a house, we're gonna redline you, right? You when it comes to just to get a promotion as a black man on a job, you don't even get to go high in that job. And then when you get that promotion, you don't get paid well. And then if a black woman comes in, they'll be nicer to her, but they'll pay her less. And then what they'll do is by a casting system. I hope people learn casting. Caste system, that's CASTE. What it does is it means to make everyone else that is of color degrade each other. And we degrade each other. Like look at this, man. A white person is considered better to a lot of people who are racist. But anybody brown, no matter if you Indian, black, Native American, you don't have any value. And then we fight each other on who looks better, if they light or dark. Then we fight each other if they're male or women, who's more oppressed. And we spend more time talking about who's more oppressed than how to get out of oppression. We spend more time blaming each other for our oppression instead of figuring out how we can get out of it. So when you look at men like us I'm a dark-skinned black man. I'm either fetishized for sex or I'm too dumb enough to do anything else but play sports. And I think playing sports is still a blessing. I had a 6'5" son in my house who would probably go to the pros if he do what he need to do. But he'll be a highly educated black man, and that won't be the thing that you focus on. But even if I get your education, it is made by colonized people that have taught me what I needed to learn, and their system is how I become successful. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
I understand all of it.
Like, that's the thing that I have to deal with every day. But if I say that, I'm not racist. I don't think it's racism. Racism is the weakest word you could find. Casting is the best thing. Because if I can keep everybody thinking that they're less than, if I can keep everybody fighting amongst each other, a racist white person don't have to do nothing to us in America right now. We fight each other every day.
Right.
We'll spend more time talking about CNN and Fox News instead of looking at our local government, how they navigate it or how we treat each other. Because the one thing that racism don't kill is the dollar.
Nah.
It don't kill a dollar. It don't kill a dollar.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? And I think what happens is you don't want to let a person know their value because it keeps you at top. The most insecure person is the person who has to oppress you.
Say it again.
The most insecure person is the person who has to oppress you because they can't see that they have value without tearing you down.
Okay. Good one. That's a good one.
Think about it. When a white person thinks they're better than me based on racism, I know they're insecure. And that bothers people when I say that, but you got to think about it. When another man says, well, he ain't all that, he don't look good.
Yeah.
Why you got to knock me to make yourself seem better?
Right.
You're insecure when I come
Right.
around. You're afraid.
Yeah.
If more black people realize, more brown people realize, more African Americans, more indigenous, more of all of us started to realize, and I'm not talking about women right now, I'm really talking about us men. If men really started realizing their true value, they would not tear each other down. And that includes a white man. If a white man would realize that he ain't no better than the black man, and a Native American man would realize he ain't no better than the white man, like if you just be a man and stop making everything about the color of your skin. We all bleed, we all poop, we all pee, we all get stressed out by a lady sometimes. Come on, let's have a conversation, right? We all have stuff that goes on in our lives that's just tough.
Ain't no co-sign.
Huh?
He'll co-sign that one.
Say he wasn't gonna co-sign.
He wasn't gonna
He like-
co-sign
he
that
like
one?
my wife
He
might
trying to
watch
go
this.
home.
He like my wife might be
I'm
watching.
already in the doghouse. I'm already in the doghouse. Good.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like, that's
understand.
that's the conversation we need to have.
Yeah.
Like
That's
three
right.
black men doing a podcast and we ain't talking about people business, but we really trying to be better men. And that's nerve wracking. This is more dangerous. This is more effective. This is more powerful than we sitting there talking about the Super Bowl with Usher. And I'm an Usher fan. I think he's great, but
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
most of the content that you see for African Americans is other people. I don't care about Monique's situation. Ain't none of my business. I don't want to talk about Cat Williams. Ain't none of my business. I don't want to talk about none of that. I got black boys that live in this neighborhood right now that are struggling every day. What I want to try to figure out is why y'all all fighting in Hollywood to try to get a better check. I need to know if you consistently doing, and I'll use Cat Williams as an example, helping the next man up forward. Like we'll talk about all the other stuff he said because it give you ratings and make money and it build out your show. But let's talk about the stuff that Cat Williams was doing when he was helping comedians get opportunities, helping people get opportunities to work on their business, just giving money to be. His philanthropy is crazy.
Right.
But you're not going to talk about that. You're going to talk about, oh, he said this about this person, said
Right.
this about this person. All of these people who are getting criticized literally do stuff in the community. But when it comes to each other, the way they build their platforms, the way they grow is by tearing each other down.
Because they're distracted, man.
Think about that.
Yeah,
Mike
right.
Epps literally told Shannon Sharp. He literally told Shannon Sharp, man, let's use this to our advantage. Let's work this. Like, let me dog you. In a DM, let me dog you so we can build our platforms and grow. Because I got a special coming out. Like, think about that, bro.
Oh, word.
How many white boys you know do that?
Huh.
Because they don't have to, because they're already valued as important. That's the part nobody wants to talk about. That's the part nobody want to have a conversation about. When you know you have value, you don't have to tear nobody else down to know that.
What did he say? Our violence is more profitable than our love.
Didn't
That
Tank
was
say that?
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Tank
yeah,
said
I was
that.
thinking
It's
that
the
was
truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If me and you was all sitting here fighting, I had about 20,000 followers on TikTok.
So, but- and-
call it bleepity bleep.
Yeah.
bleep, yeah.
And so now it gets back to what it said. They chase money. Like you're
Mm.
chasing money, which means you ain't going. Your morals are gonna come after the money because you're selling your morals for the money.
Right. 'Cause
Exactly.
That's
So-
the priority.
And we
Yeah.
won't stick to the sin of the person
Yeah.
or the failure of the person. Like somebody don't like you, somebody, well, you're not that good of a comedian. I don't care if you're funny or not. That's not my point. There's always going to be an audience for you.
Yeah.
My problem is why you got to tear down the next man to build up your personal growth.
Mhm.
Other people don't have to do that.
Because it's gonna bring in the money
Right,
for them.
right. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain people that would be excited about certain people and get excited. Like I never thought Chris Rock was funny a day in my life. But who cares? He's got an audience. So it don't matter what I think. What matters is that I respect the work that he does. I don't need to slap him. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to disrespect that man in no form or
Right.
fashion. But what I don't like that he does is he always has to degrade the people that look like him to build his platform. I say that to his face. I say that to any day. I don't care what his brother do, get online and talk about them. And that's the stuff that we don't talk enough about. Why is it that you have to tear down another black family to build your generational wealth? And why are we only good at communication, but we're also engineers? We made the elevator, dog. We found different ways with the peanut. We helped with the light bulb. It wasn't just Thomas Edison. You hear me?
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? We had John C. Lewis, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Garvey. You know what I'm saying? The whole Renaissance movement. We had Black Wall Street. We don't talk about any of those things. All we ever talk about as black men is about who can run the fastest yard, who can get the biggest, most points in the game. Like we celebrate all these things.
The GOAT.
Who's the GOAT? But if I asked you who was the GOAT of technology in the black community, you wouldn't argue with me about that because you wouldn't know.
All right.
If I was to ask you about a lot of things that we have going on in this country, as far as from how planes were built, how to be able to engineers when it comes to the railroad system. Native Americans, African Americans were the biggest people to help develop these things. Like, but when I talk like that, it never becomes popular because it's not sexy. But if I was cussing you out and you was cussing me out, we'd sit here all day and we'd be happy. And that's what I want to talk about. That's why I think the next episode, I'm gonna play that video of that girl talking about $50,000. Y'all laughing. But when we have that conversation, that's going to be the one that's going to really set it on fire, because we need to talk about the reason why. Why do we spend so much time talking about money while not making any? How many videos you know about black women and black men is showing you how to make money? Name your top 5 financial black advisors. If you say Magic Johnson and Tyler Perry, I'm a loser.
I'm gonna go with one specifically because
Who? The Hope Bryant dude?
who?
Dang, you don't even know that. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know their name, but I watch EYL and I listen to what's his name? ET.
That is not a financial advisor.
He's not a financial advisor, but if you actually listen to him,
He a motivational speaker.
yeah, but he got people with him that will break it down. Like he got a long list of people that actually speak with him that talk about a lot of stuff.
But it's not ET though. Come on.
No, I
man.
just know
Okay,
him.
you
Yeah, I
said
just know
that.
him.
Come on,
basically.
man.
Yeah.
You can't name them,
Yeah,
bro.
So,
Financial black financial advisors.
I don't even know my children's
Advisors.
name. Come here, just come here.
Hey, baby, can you?
Well, I was gonna say, because I'm part of a group called Wealth Squad. A guy named is Chris Johnson, who started it up. He's a guy, former military guy. His journey is phenomenal. He got a good network of people that talk about a lot of different things, financial, everything from from the market, you know what I'm saying, trading, the stocks, all that stuff, real estate, a lot of different things in there, a lot of experts in there. So it's a lot of real.
So you can't name 5 though.
5.
That's the point. What the point I'm trying to make is,
Like
is that,
you're talking about like specifically their names.
yeah, financial people who teach finances to the black community. You can't name 5.
Him, you got the Wall Street Trapper, Wall Street
Man,
Trapper.
man, he's selling a course, bro. That's no. He's teaching you stock, but that's not.
Like specifically.
Financial
bro.
literacy. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you're right.
We don't have that. But you know who teach the Jewish community? The community. You know who teach the Italian community? The community. It's not something you have to teach because it's ingrained in the culture.
Because it's in the community.
It's in the community. Like think about all these businesses that we go to where they have these conferences and these market fairs. You got to pay for that. But if I'm a poor black man, how do I get this information? How do I get stuff where I can help and learn to the next generation, learn about financial literacy? Where it's not, I might not be a rapper. I might not be a singer. I might not be Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? I'm not 6'8" with a handle that could throw it with my eyes closed to an open man through 5 people. That's just a gift that God has given him. But he's brilliant business-wise. But Magic Johnson said something that bothered me. And I'm a big Magic Johnson fan. He's my favorite point guard in the world. But he said something that bothered me. He said, when the business deals is here, you can't come to me unless your money is here. And I wanted to say, well, why you ain't telling me how to get there, though? Do you understand? Like, I'm actually thinking through why black men are not successful. I'm actually thinking through why we don't provide well. It's because certain people make the money, and we're talking more about Illuminati. I still want to figure out who these white people are. They're amazing. They are amazing. The way they control Negroes
Those guys are great.
those guys are great.
Them and the owl.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out where
That's a big old owl.
yeah, like there's this avatar of a white dude that's just making sure nobody makes it. And for me, our heroes are ex-drug offenders. You feel what I'm saying? Our heroes are men who make music that degrade women at a high clip, right? And then they change after we bought their music and they become successful. And then when you want to meet them or talk to them, they treat you funny. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Like out here in Atlanta, there are people who talk political and say they care about people, but they buying up property right now. They're removing the black people who live. They're helping with gentrification at the same time complaining about it. Winning rap awards and everything. So I don't trust none of that. I don't trust nothing you're talking about. I want to actually see you pour into the next generation. Create a literacy program where black boys can come all day and learn about finances. And you mamas who raising your single sons, make sure they butt in there. I don't want to hear nothing about that. You'll take them to the AAU practice. And we know doggone well your child ain't going pro. He's a bum
Would you tell a kid that?
in his face.
Lady got mad at me because I told a kid that.
Yeah, but think about it. You gotta tell a kid the truth. Like,
Right,
but think
right,
about it. You don't.
Right.
You
When
can
the
find out-
last
you
time
can
you
find out
seen
later.
that, bro? When the last time you heard something about misogyny that told you how to not be misogynistic? All you know is what we do wrong as blacks. I know I'm harping on this right now, but that's the conversation that nobody's talking about as black men. The modern black man to me is a waste of time, and the man's man could be a waste of time if we don't come together to figure out how our sons, because all three of us got boys.
Mhm.
If my son doesn't turn out to be a better man in society, a better husband, a better father, and of course, you know my value system with loving the Lord, if he don't have that, I failed him.
Right.
Him being a hoe, him having millions of dollars don't mean nothing to me if it's not going to help the next generation. I'm trying to do black bar mitzvahs, bruh. You go to a bar mitzvah, they throw a party, they give everybody money, they celebrate that kid becoming a man, they pour into him. There's a standard of work ethics. You know what I'm saying? I'm not allowed to criticize another race, but a race could criticize me all day.
Mm.
All day. While suppressing everything I do. Like getting mad at somebody for telling the truth that certain people in Hollywood run everything.
Mm.
But here's the crazy thing. You have the tools now. I might buy that camera equipment now that I'm harping on this. You could run your own stuff. I don't need you to do what I do, bro.
We have too many out people on the inside of our community.
Too many out people.
What you mean by that?
on the inside.
They worry about they give all their love to everything on the outside instead of giving all their love to everything on the inside.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you.
Too many out
Keeping it
people on the
in the-
inside.
Thank you.
It's just like the dollar. The dollar, our dollars go outside
Immediately.
first before it comes in. Our love goes outside. How many?
Why are
people-
you buying Balenciaga?
I don't know.
Why are you buying Gucci?
Oh.
Mm.
Why do people buy these things?
Right.
And guess, and this is what nobody pays attention to. These are family names, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balenciaga, Fendi, all
Gucci?
these Gucci. These are family names. They're letting their
Louis
legacy
Vuitton.
still be known, and we
Yeah.
pay for it. While they are racist towards us,
Yeah.
and we buy their clothes. I don't never wear their stuff. I'm not giving nobody who think I'm less than. I'm not.
Right.
You giving. You gonna buy your Jordans?
I'm
But I'm that way because I'm different. I got on a black man's t-shirt that made this product, and it's overpriced. I told him too. I said I'm buying it because you're black. Fact of one though, I want to support what he's doing,
Right.
but then my expectation is make affordable clothing. And he looked at me, he's like, "Dang." I was like, "You probably sell more. You'll have a Walmart."
Fantastic example. I just looked this up yesterday. Fantastic example. What he made? $19.3 million. Kanye.
19.3 million.
He made $19.3 million. I don't care what you think about it, but that was a great example of making affordable clothing. Everything is $20. Everything was $20 yesterday. Affordable clothing.
It works.
Everything was $20.
Works.
Everything in his line
Yeah,
was $20.
Yeah,
everything.
everything. And here's the crazy thing.
He showed you how to do it.
Here's somebody said to me, remember that interview where they was like, would you take $500,000 or would you take an interview with Jay-Z?
Right.
$500,000. Say
Yeah.
$500,000. You know what I thought to myself?
What?
I wanted to know what Jay-Z thought. And he finally said it. He said, "Man, take the $500,000.
That's right.
But you know what I think is stupid? I know your knowledge would blow my $500,000 out the water. You could literally make me a millionaire way faster than giving me
But
$500,000.
guess what? You can still need that $500,000.
No, I wouldn't. Not if you show me what to do. Not if you show me what to do.
I hate
Not-
this,
not-
I hate this saying, but it works. It takes money to make money.
I'm not saying it doesn't. What I'm saying is that we spend more time. This is what I don't like about the black people that are wealthy. And I would say it to their face. They don't work at growing the next generation. A Beyonce ticket is ridiculous. A Usher ticket is ridiculous. All these tickets are ridiculous. Burna Boy, anybody. They're all ridiculous. We invest in you.
Mm-hmm.
We invest in you. You don't need no more money.
Right.
So where's your investment into the next generation?
Mm.
Where is it? I don't care who you is, Kevin Hart, And then they also, well, you got to get it out the mud. Like, why? A Jewish kid ain't got to get it out the mud.
So that's one thing.
Italian kid ain't got to get it out the mud.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
An
Yeah.
Indian kid ain't got to get out the mud. The Indian people live in a house together. Everybody live in a house together, and then buy houses and buy businesses and grow companies and run them all day. We the only generation that we do this. And but this is what we do. We make black icons, right? That don't really pour into the people that support them.
In the community.
Come on, bro.
So is Taylor? I mean, we don't ask that question of Taylor Swift.
We ain't got to.
Right.
We ain't got to ask that a question of Taylor Swift.
Because like
Does
what
she
do they-
pour into her community?
Right.
You don't have to ask that. Look at Taylor Swift family history. Look at look at the majority of the artists that are famous, bro. That are white. Not just music. Look at the family members that own the record labels, that own BET, that own Viacom, that own these film companies. The majority of the people who own them are coming from Jewish family backgrounds. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's beautiful. I think it's smart that you're leaving a legacy for your kids. I don't want to complain about Jewish people. I don't want to complain about Italian people. I want to know why we don't do it for ourselves. Because right now you can vote. You can get an LLC, you can get a license, you can work an extra job. And guess what? Let's just say the truth. If you try to get help from a white person that's racist, the white kid that's not racist, the white kid that might not even be racist, he's gonna get it before you. He's gonna get a better education, he's gonna get all that. But the grind, the work, you ain't gonna outbeat me in that. Because I can work hard for myself. I don't need you to support me. But we don't talk about that. So I don't want to spend no more time because I'm starting to find it to be tricky. I was watching the Super Bowl and I said, what do I get out of watching Usher perform? How does that really help the black community watching him go, baby, 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 baby? Like, what that do for me?
I still don't know.
Apple paid the NFL $50 million
For what?
for the performance.
And I'm
That's
not
what
mad at
Apple
Usher,
does.
bro. I'm not mad at Usher. I'm just saying, what do I get out of that? What do I get out of a rapper buying an apartment complex? Unless he's going to make affordable housing for people. Like, think about it. Like, we'll dog Shaq, like recently about his relationship situation, but that man give away millions of dollars in health programs. They'll criticize Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart got a nonprofit organization to help people with businesses. That's the stuff that I like to talk about, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Mhm.
They don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
Because when you notice this, if you black and you run a nonprofit and your nonprofit start to make a lot of money, what's the first thing people start doing? Dogging it, finding flaws with it. If you get a nice car, oh, what are they doing with that nonprofit money? Now, if I can do it for profit, you love me. People will pay for a Beyonce ticket before helping a local nonprofit that have food that will feed people's families.
How does that benefit me?
Oh man, because what was in Beyonce tickets going for?
I don't know.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying? And it's
Right.
not about them. I don't think we
Right.
should criticize them for doing what they do.
No,
I say
absolutely.
maximize your money. What I'm saying is, as a whole of a community, we can't blame the artist. We can't blame Jay-Z. We can't blame Beyonce. We can't blame Monique. We can't blame any of those people. We need to start collectively putting our money together with the people that's in it. Because if I give you money, Reggie, and you own a hair salon and your hair salon blow up, or you own a film company, and then we are the ones are all giving you that money, hey, I better see something that support us.
Right.
I better see some stuff in there that make black men look like they actually got a family. Hey, because if I'm pouring my money, if we took all the money that black people spent on Balenciaga, if we took all the money that black people spent on J's, you heard? If we took all that money that they spent on J's, man, you know how many movies we could do? You know how many jobs we created? You know how many millionaires we could have created? But that's the stuff that we don't talk about because we spend more time. Like, I don't care about Monique and her husband's situation. That's none of my business. I pray they get all that God has called for them, but they're not doing nothing for me. They're not doing nothing for my community. All they doing is talking. I'm a communicator. I can say that. We talk, bro. We don't work. So when I get like this and I start asking specific questions about what we do in our community, nobody wants to talk about that because that's not the conversation you want to have. I don't care about Shannon Sharp getting into an argument with Mike Epps. What that do for me? It don't help nobody in my community. And it just makes it more distraction. And then what they do is they flash and say, well, you broke. Like that's a flex, bro. That's a flex that a famous black man could tell another black man, you ain't making what I'm making. You just jealous because I got money. No, I am angry with you because you can help more black people be successful, but you don't choose to do that. And I think Mike Epps is a child for arguing with Shannon Sharpe. What he should have been talking about was the work that he's doing right now in the community where he's buying back his old neighborhood. But then if he ain't putting his people in it, that's probably why you don't want to talk about it. Now you want me to say names? I say names when it comes to that. I say a name all day and want all the smoke. That's the stuff that nobody talks about. That's my podcast. I put my name on it because I want people to know that that's a black man who did it. And that you can do it too.
Right.
And I got 800 and some subscribers. I don't care about none of that. I care about the fact that I'm putting in the work. I can't always rely on the results to be what I want it to be, but at least I did the work.
Right.
I'm giving a monologue to y'all right now. Please forgive me, but I'm being honest about this is what we deal with as African Americans all the time. We spend so much emphasis on wanting a white person to come save me. I don't want you to save me. I want you to get the heck out of my way. Just don't redline a house when I want to go buy one. Right? Give me the same loan you give all them white boys that you give everybody. I just want you to treat me fairly.
Right.
I don't need you to like me. I don't need you to, and when my credit score is right, my money up, because I got money in the bank. You heard? Don't play me when I come in here and I ask you to be able to get a loan so I can grow my company where I can use other people's money. Because you ain't doing nothing for me as a bank because your interest rate is trash. That's the stuff we need to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear another rapper saying, I ain't here to get nobody a handout. We gave you a handout by buying your record, fool. And you ain't even that good of a rapper. A lot of them are not the greatest MCs, like lyrically writing. No. It's the production. But when we say that, we hating. Now, you actually trash as a rapper, but we support you. And then you turn around and act like we supposed to love you for who you are. Like, why nobody won't say as a black man, why you got to be a gangster to rap a song? We need more Commons and J. Cole's and all that. Why we always got to be murdered for a record to go platinum?
Again,
why I got to get shot?
Our violence is more
Why I got to have 20 different women? Why I got to get an STD? Right. Get a stripper pregnant? Why my whole life for a career got to do that?
Got to have felonies.
Come on, man. Like nobody want to say it. Now you want me to use names? Taylor Swift got all these broken heart songs, a multi-million. Well, if you want somebody who know how to write about a broken heart, she that girl. She that girl, and her pen is tight. I give her that. You want to talk? You want to know how it is to be heard by a man with some detail? Taylor Swift got you, and women buy it all day long. I'm not. Taylor Swift song. I know him. I know him because the little girls be singing them. But here's the problem, though. You'll hear other people record that's in our community, and you can't touch them. You can't say nothing negative about them, but they really don't do nothing for you. They don't do nothing for you. And they're not required to. I don't have loyalty just because you're a celebrity. And I don't think a celebrity should give me their money. I think a celebrity should give us the wisdom. If you know people got bad record deals, help us not to have bad record deals. If you know how to do real estate, and my passion is real estate, create a program where I can get into real estate. I'm not even asking you to give me all your money. I'm just asking you to give me a chance to learn it. Because if you teach me how to fish, I can fish every day.
Right.
But what we're doing is our community, you know, the biggest sin of the black community is the ones who have the information, they gatekeep it. Yeah. That's the biggest sin. I got to pay for your courses. I got to buy your films. I got to do everything. I'm probably the worst Negro to know. Next 10 years, when I'm 60 years old, all these white folks are going to be mad at me. Not because I tried to be racist or tear them down. I put the work in. You couldn't control what I do. And any black celebrity that come to me and then try to work with me when I'm at the bottom, I'm going to tell them to their face, ain't going to be no sugarcoating. I don't care who you are. You could be Tyler Perry, Denzel. I don't care. Let me pick the biggest name. If you didn't see me back then, you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. You all get up my face. You know why I'm going to say that? Because there are people who are dying. And I'm not saying that because Denzel helped a lot of people. Tyler Perry helped a lot of people. You might not like his films, but he helped a lot of people. He helps a lot of people. He just didn't help a couple of people, so now he's the worst person in the world. Like, that's the stuff that bothers me. It's just weird. You might disagree, Rodney, but it's a fact. There's a lot of people who wouldn't get paid what they was getting paid as actors until he paid them. And then you have to look at the resume of the individual who's complaining. Come on. Or you don't want to have that conversation.
So
Everybody got
wait,
it.
wait. Because now it's getting now this is what you're doing. It's now we're getting into, well, he made this amount, he made that amount. Be
I
careful.
didn't say money.
Be careful.
I said he helped people to make money. He created jobs for people. I might not like all his films. That's subjective.
Yeah.
But we're talking about
I'm not
creating.
talking about his films.
I'm talking about creating jobs. He ain't create jobs.
Yeah, he did.
If you go over to Tyler Perry Studios right now, that's Negro Central.
I agree with you.
Come on, bruh.
I agree with you.
Come on, man. People who never got to use the cameras and all that. So I'm cool with all that. I think that's a blessing.
Okay.
Mhm.
But then when one or two people get on and say you didn't stand up for me, what am I really standing up for? Like, think about it. When Monique was talking
I
about
ain't worried about that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the smaller people that I know that have been there. I'm talking people that have drove on that lot for a while and then showed the next day and couldn't get through the gate. I'm talking about those people.
you think people get fired for no reason?
I know people get fired for no reason.
You saying those people got fired for no
And
reason?
it's not.
I'm asking you a question because we want to be specific since you're throwing it out there. These people ain't get fired for no reason?
I'm not gonna say it's not getting fired. It's not getting fired. What I'm saying is there's no conversation being had to where you're coming. Like if I came to work for you on Tuesday,
You expect that from a white person to have a conversation? We are at
to
will.
tell me I'm
we are
to,
at.
to
We are
tell
at,
me don't come back tomorrow.
Come on, ho. We are at will.
Don't
we're
come back
at.
tomorrow.
We're at will state, dog.
To tell me to come back to not come back tomorrow. Yes.
You expect that?
Do not come back tomorrow. You're done.
You expect somebody to call you and tell you that?
Not call me. Tell me before I leave the gate. We don't need you to do services no more. I expect everybody to tell me
They're
that.
required to do that.
I expect you to tell me that.
That's a personal.
You keep using different words.
No, it's a personal
First
expectation.
you said expect. I said I expect you to do that.
Okay, so you expect them to do that. Okay, then.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm not saying it's
I
required.
agree with you on that. Like, I'm not going to take away from that. But here's the problem that I have. I don't know why you went back in the gate. Because you could tell me anything. There's always Tuesdays, your side, my side, and then the whole truth.
One person, yes. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 people got the same
You know how many
story.
people work there, bro?
Huh?
You know how many people work there?
A lot of people.
Okay, then.
don't know the exact number.
So Tyler Perry firing everybody?
I'm not saying him specifically. It is.
Exactly.
But see, here's the thing.
Exactly. And now he represents his company.
And that's what I'm about to say.
But
it's
there,
his name.
right. It's
Yeah.
his name. But here's the problem that I have
He
with
set the
people.
standard though.
Yes, he does set the standard. And here's the thing that I have a problem with. The problem is that I don't, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I really don't even care about you firing me. I really just because I don't really want to work for you like that. I want you to show me how to make my own money. That's the problem that I have with our community. I think we think more as employees instead of owners and entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
I don't want Tyler Perry to be my best friend. I actually don't care. I want you to show me how to run my own company so I can have my own film studio. And I ain't got to bother you. I can just be down 30 miles down the road. Y'all come in here. Those people you ain't want, I can get them at a lower rate.
My gate open. But see, check this out.
Am I wrong
No,
though?
you're not wrong.
No.
But
Okay, then.
to cut you off, I'm gonna get back to the crazy thing. It'll be crazy how, like, you're saying I'm going out to get it. Like, think about what the generation after us says about that. That's crazy for you to think that way.
Exactly. But I see where you're going. I see where you're going. I see where you're going. I see where you're
It's
going.
crazy
With
for you
it.
to
It is
think
crazy
that
thing.
way.
But I think what happens is I cut off the slavery mentality. I cut it off. All that rhetoric about this, the reason why we don't get as far because this is why we don't think that way because of slavery. We don't think this way because of slavery. I was like, well, when do I cut off the mentality? Like, when do I cut off using that as an excuse not to be successful? At some point, I got to get rid of that.
I heard
My grandmother was an activist. My grandmother, Marshall Dr. King, stood by that. I come from that type of family. But I got this part of me that's like, when do I stop letting that be my excuse? Because I'm not a slave.
Right.
But if I keep a slave mentality, then I'm going to have slave behavior. I won't master to give me an opportunity. Because that's all we're doing right now. And this is the sad thing. There are more people in other races, right, that have more people doing well because they're going to try to take care of each other. And they're going to say it. Johnny's son.
Repeat that again.
There are more people in other races that will
Okay.
take care of each other than we will do for each other. There are more black people who will say, you can't work with black folk. You can't work with your family. We say that all the time. Who made that rule? Who made the rule you can't work with your family? We'll celebrate 3 sisters, right? All being doctors. Everybody go crazy. Oh my God, girl. Look at them. That should be normal, bruh. The things that we celebrate as achievements should be normal in our community. Should be normal. But we lie. Like we lying right now that black fathers don't take care of their kids. Well, over 53% of black men don't even have none. So what are we talking about? And then the other 30% of those are married. So there's 20% that's not children in their life. So why are we lying? But you know what it is? We are more perpetuated to be negative than we are to grow. I don't even want to say positive. We are more perpetuated to live in a poverty, angry, bitter mindset than to grow. The moment you do better than me, let you get an opportunity to leave me, go do a podcast. Man, you want to lower you, bro. He's a sellout. No, yo, do your thing, man.
Right.
Then when you blow up, if you really about that, hey, check out my boy JT. It's up to the people to like it or not. It's not like you guaranteeing me anything, but we won't even do that.
Mm.
They argue about who got the best podcast in the black community. Them white boys don't be caring about none of that. They trying to get endorsement deals. They'll fight with each other and have an issue with each other. I was watching Joe Rogan criticize some white boy who was still making money. And he left him. I don't need your $70 million. It got I think it got to like $100 million podcast. He's like, I don't care. And he's still making bread. We get it $25, brother. Hey.
And that's the thing where people are like, we always think it can only be one.
It can be more than
Right,
one. It's
yeah.
13 million African Americans
Not just that, it's people all over the world
that
gonna
would listen to him. Yeah.
Like we got to get out of the mindset of it can only be one.
Oh my God.
Like I love when my son's friends come around because it's not just my son. I'm talking to all y'all the same way.
Mm-hmm.
All y'all get out your fucking feelings. So, and that's just the thing. Like we have to change that mindset at some point. It can be more than one. It can be all of us.
It does.
Messiah.
And
It can be all of us.
stop
Mhm.
requiring me to give you what you should get on your own.
Oh, you know what?
Like first of all, let me say something that nobody would say. It's not Tyler's responsibility to make sure you get in your door.
Agreed.
It's not.
Mm-hmm.
The man runs a production company. He has a 450-acre lot. He's building something. It's not his job. Like I'm a new actor. I want to earn my keep. I have a choice whether he pay me what he want to pay me or not. And if I get blackballed for some other reason, I trust my gift enough that I can get back in the door. Like I expect Jonathan Majors to make it, bro. I don't care what nobody say. And I'm going to believe for him to get a film that would be redemptive for him. When you can run from it, we got cameras. He was high speed. He was faster than Cat Williams. You hear what I'm
That car
saying?
was in the wind.
That brother was in
That
the
car was
wind.
in
You
the
heard me?
wind.
And then for him to get blacklisted by Marvel when the crime that was committed was more by the other young lady says a lot about how they value you.
So here's the question: how do we value him? How do we actually value the
You really want to
man?
know what I would do? Oh, I would
It
tell
might
people
be the same thing.
I would
Jonathan
tell
Majors
people
the
to
man?
give Jonathan Majors $10 million to do your own film.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I would.
I will make the people that got rid of him pay.
Oh, no question. Oh, yeah. Cut the check for but
No.
he got something for getting let go though.
If we're upset with what Marvel did to Jonathan Majors, fuck Marvel. Fuck Marvel.
Oh,
Shit, get rid of him.
Get rid of Marvel.
I would do that too.
Marvel.
Except when Black Panther come out, right? I can still go see
Because-
it.
Come
I'm
on.
joking.
I'm not, but okay, yeah, I get you.
I'm not a Black Panther fan.
Say I'm
Just to
not.
let y'all know, I'm not a Black Panther fan.
That's obvious.
I'm not a Black Panther fan.
But what I'm saying is,
We highlighted the wrong person. We highlighted the wrong person. If you watch the movie, we highlighted the wrong person.
you going in with T'Challa for real?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's my dude.
he's a sellout.
Who was the
Say he
sellout?
wasn't.
Who was it?
What's his name again?
T'Challa
Yeah,
was
was
a sellout?
Yes, he
Black
sold
Panther?
out. Tell me he didn't.
But I said T'Challa. You don't want us to celebrate T'Challa. You want us to celebrate Killmonger.
Yes,
Oh, because
What was he
wiping
trying to
out
do?
the whole world. Just
No,
wiping
no,
out.
no,
No,
He was
he
giving
was trying-
everything. He was giving all the power to the black people.
right.
T'Challa came
Yeah,
in,
but he had to kill
no.
everybody though. He had to kill everybody.
No, he had to kill all white
I
people.
don't know how we got to
My
this.
bad. But go ahead.
No, I'm
But
saying
make Marvel pay. Like, let's support the black man. Let's support not just saying.
what I'm
Jonathan
saying is what I'm
I
saying
see
is what I'm saying is we need to create our own spaces. I think we work too hard to try to be in their space. I don't want to spend all my energy on Marvel. I'd rather give him 10 million. He can make 400 million, 300 million, 500 million, and then require in his contract to make sure that other black people are working. And then we do better work and we do better films and we do better projects. What I found in our community is we don't have enough people who are leaders. We have more people who are followers and then want everybody to jump on board. Y'all listen, not you, but a lot of people criticize Tyler Perry, right? They dog this man, but he's been telling people for the longest to be owners. He says it all the time. You need to own your stuff. If you own it, Tyler Perry can't even do nothing to it. But you know what the problem is? When you have the opportunities to own it, you don't take it. I'm not even a fan of some of these people when it comes like being bought. Like I don't watch anything Oprah does really, right? But for somebody to be mad at Oprah is asinine to me. Wanna know why? That woman banked on her own television show and said, just give me the rights. I'll do the marketing, the branding. And then it blew up and she killed everybody with it. And the money was crazy. She took the risk. But then when you take the risk on your own, all the other black people now have a responsibility for you to do something. And you know, I believe they should, but I don't believe it should be the money. I think it should be the knowledge. See, I think black people focus on the wrong thing. You pay me what I'm worth. I don't really want you to do that. I want you to, if you don't want to pay me what I'm worth, if I own my own company, I'll pay myself. We need more ownership. Oprah, tell me how to run my own network. Teach me how to run a network. I don't need if it get there, it's on me. But all these bells and whistles you got, show me how to do that. Because here's a problem that nobody talks about. Because a lot of my friends are very wealthy, right? When you get to that level, it's all about relationships. Don't nobody care about money. So if I don't got a relationship with you, you're not gonna tell me nothing. And then when you get it from the mud, what black people do, black people don't want to be honest. When you get it from the mud, sometimes it's like, well, I got here. I had to figure it out by myself. You need to figure it out by yourself. That's stupid.
So
Yeah,
I don't like getting out of the mud thing. So when it comes to my children only have plan A's. They don't have a plan B. I was your plan B. I did everything so the way you ain't got to do nothing. So again, you're taking it to the next level. So I'm gonna show you all the ins and outs. Whatever you choose to do in life, that's the only way we're going. Everything
I'm
that
the same way. I am the same
everything that it takes to be good
I am
at
the
what
same way.
you want to do, that's all we're getting for. I'm not
Hey,
giving you
bro.
a plan B. I'm your plan B.
Hey,
If
bro.
I've never said this to my son. If you fail at what you do, we'll deal with that later on down the line.
Right.
However,
We ain't thinking like
we ain't thinking like that right
now.
now.
We grinding.
you
Yeah.
have no
Let's
you
go.
have no out.
Let's go.
This is your thing.
That's-
You have
Come
no
on,
out.
bro.
And we focus too much on you need a plan B. You need a plan B. No, you don't.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, you don't.
Save some editing. Yes.
No, you don't. Because if put all your eggs in one basket, put them all in there.
I just did it.
Yeah,
I framed my
and
firing
go
letter,
from
bro.
there. It's too because now we're telling you might not succeed
Yeah.
Right.
instead of saying you're going to
You're going
succeed.
to succeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's all you know.
I told you,
Yeah.
Reg, you know where I just finished working at.
Oh yeah.
I framed my firing letter, bro. I got it on my desk. I ain't gonna say their name because I love some people over there.
That ain't got nothing to do with the company.
Yeah.
I
I framed my firing letter. I put it, they fired me. I think they fired me like October 26th or November something. I framed it. I said this will be the last time I work for somebody like this. Now, if you deal with me, I'm gonna do that. And I didn't go, I want to be better than you. And then I said I'm gonna maximize my potential. I'm gonna maximize my potential. I got a goal for the next 10 months to grow this platform, to build it out. And I'm gonna create other platforms for other podcasters. I'm not gonna just have my own. I'm gonna have other people on here who does well. If any day y'all want to start one, we're gonna build that joint. I ain't gonna worry about nothing. That's me though. I looked at that. I got it every day. My son's like, Dad, why you do that? I said, because you have to not have a plan B. I worked there because I loved Reggie. I've been with them 15, 20 years as a contractor and hired employee. I got fired because there was a white man that did not like me there as a black man. And he didn't respect me. And he's racist. I would tell him to his face. If we ever got a chance to talk, I would tell him he's racist. And the person who's in charge of him, that I love with all my heart, has his daddy controlling how he does things. And then how he runs the company is the way he does it. But you know who hurt me the most? Who criticized me the most? Who tore me down the most? And I'm gonna use church as my space. Black Christians, black men. Black men taught black men, even if they weren't Christians, like black men who own business, they tear me down the most. And they always want me to be in the spaces of the other white guy because that's their hero. And we don't want to admit it. And that's what bothers me. And I started looking at them going, wow. I was riding in the car driving my wife to chemo, and somebody screamed at me because I was doing work with another black man. And he felt I was supposed to check with him first. And all we was doing was meeting to see if we wanted to be a network. So you took a group of us coming together to be a network because you lead that network that nobody signed up for or even committed to, that I had to ask your permission, Negro. I wanted to say something else to help another black brother who wanted to do something in his community. Because everybody wants to be king because it's a European standard. Everybody want to be just like the royal family. It's colonizational mindset, bro. It's really what we be doing. Like, why would you spend all your time fighting with a white person to cut you a check when you could be building out your own tours and making your own money? I'll say what nobody else want to say because they might think it, because I don't know Monique, and I think she's a wonderful person from afar. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, if you were to put the same energy to build your own comedy career, we wouldn't be talking. The same energy you put to fighting everybody else and you build your own stuff, you think she would fail? She been talking for years.
But that's the thing. Like, okay,
who gonna stop you from selling your own tickets? You know why? Tyler Perry did it, but everybody expected him to pay for it.
Again, Kanye West. It's his own website. I heard that he recorded a commercial on his phone. And he said, hey, just go to Yeezy.com. My bad. Just go to my website. Everything is $20. He made $19.3 million.
In one day?
I think it was like 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days. A week.
Like 4 or 5 a week.
Wow.
This is what we do. We don't leverage our influence.
Yeah.
Like, yo, if I got 1.5 million followers and I got money in the bank, I ain't worrying about a movie studio. I'll go shoot my own joint. I'll go on tour listen, right now I got like 2 projects I want to do. If the people that I'm trying to work with don't move in the next 3-4 weeks, I'm gonna do my thing. And I'm gonna win. That's the problem that we have as blacks. We spend so much time waiting on each other. We really feel, and I think you need a community. I think you need people to help you. Don't get it twisted. But at the end of the day, I think the biggest problem is we wait for people to do stuff that we could do for ourselves. Like if all 3 of us right now put a business together, plan together that we really wanted to see some rock, will we fail? Really?
That's like a loaded question, but
no, it ain't.
Wanna know why?
No, it ain't, because I got 3 Jewish friends who did it. I got 3 Italian friends who did it. I got 3 regular white American friends who did it, and they struggled for 1 or 2 years. 2 of them, all 3 of them jokers is multi-millionaire, and they sit in the room and they be cussing each other out, going back and forth about, no, this is the way we should do it. No, dude, this is the way you do that, dude.
I mean, I agree with that.
No. But here's the sad thing: my black behind used to come in the room and like, oh, nah, guys, you need to do this. That's it. That's it, dude. That's it. Dude. And they would use what I said and make money and then cut me a little check. Hey, appreciate you, bro.
Oh, man.
Bro, that wisdom you dropped. So one day I said, this is me being a good old Negro. I went and said, hey, man, remember I helped y'all with that last project? How much y'all made off that last project? Dude, don't even
worry about it. No, I need to know.
I said, he did like this. He went, this is what it is. You know, white boys, this is they kid with dude. Don't even worry about it. Did well though, dude. We did okay.
Did okay.
When they say they did okay,
that's 2 commas.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's 2 commas.
I said, how much did it did? He said 3.5. Now he gave me a check for $2,500. Holly, I know you work in the camera, but that breaks my soul. Okay, that broke my soul. I got to look at you. Right? I don't want to look at them because if they black men, they gonna make me feel bad about myself. But Holly,
Forget your feelings.
you tell me.
There's so you're telling me to understand. Let's go. Let's go.
Man, this was a good conversation though. This
Yeah.
is probably one of our best ones, man. I really hope a lot of people watch this and listen to it. Shout out to my boy Rodney. Shout out to my boy Reggie. If you get a chance, man, in the next couple of weeks, the We As Men website will be launching where you can come and support a lot of young men. If you live in the Douglasville area and you're looking for a great personal trainer, boy Rodney right here can help you with that.
Worldwide too.
Oh, worldwide too. Yeah, you got the online stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just be faithful to your classes because if you don't show up, he might judge you. You know what I'm saying?
I will hold you accountable.
Not that I know anything about it.
See you next week.
See you next week. All right, man, we appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day. Always remember to love, pray, serve, and share, and you can do that any and everywhere. Peace.
Calling me.